Hi, Talia. This is Mr. Costilla. I want to go over your essay with you, your freshman research essay. I have the rubric pulled up, and I'm going to kind of go over exactly how your essay stacks up to the rubric and the expectations. So the starter with the starter, your MLA heading is correct. Yeah, this is done wrong right here, the date, but it's not that big a deal. It's supposed to be day, month, and year, not month, day, and year, but it's okay. So, anyways, to start, so your hook was kind of a two. I think the problem it was not a very good hook in the sense that I feel like when I brought up my example, I feel like a lot of students, including you, just decided to kind of use that kind of rendition. Maybe because you guys don't think a hook is that big a deal, or I don't know exactly what. But ever since we were kids, we got pushed. That's kind of what I wrote and gave as an example. And yeah, I mean it's true, but it's not grabbing my attention because I've already thought of that. So let's see. Your background was a three. You did a good job there. I'd say it's a B. It's in the B category. You did a good job there. I think you probably could have spent a little bit more time talking about what the university system is, how it works, why we have it in the first place. But you just kind of barely said that. You know, though some critics may argue, kind of addressing the counterpoint, they forget to realize how it returns. It's fine. Whatever. It's a three. Your thesis was also a three, but it's a borderline four too. Because listen to me when I read it. Attending a four-year university is worth the tuition costs and dedication primarily due to the significant amount of money return it entails. Okay, good. Comma, and paying off in jobs, which is the part I don't understand. And paying off in jobs is what I don't. And you can see right here too, I wrote down a comment here, so we're not sure what that means because it sounds awkward and it sounds a couple different things. And paying off in jobs. I think you're saying it pays off to have the job, or it pays off to pay off the tuition, or what pays off. So anyways, that's why it's confusing. You want a lot more clarity, and even those that don't require degrees, how you end it. So it's okay. It's a three. If there's problems with it, which don't make it a four. I did say it's a borderline four because it starts really strong. Attending a four university is worth the tuition costs and dedication primarily due, and then you talk about those things. Your let's go to your topic sentences. For the most part, they were four. They were pretty much directly linked to the thesis, which is good. Many critics, I like it here that you brought up the counter argument. Those were good. Your lead-ins also are four. I like what you did with your lead-ins. Those are kind of A quality. Many critics don't mention that, but you did spend a lot of time before that here talking about other things like many anecdotes of students may be real, and then later on, same thing. So your lead-ins and your quotes and your quote integration are kind of the returns from a degree have soared in recent years, and then comma, and then you bring in the quote. That's a good introduction. You kind of do the introduction again, which drops it though a little bit because it becomes sort of rote, so it becomes uncreative with the way you're bringing them in. Right here, the percentage of salary made an hour continues to rise. Or no, you did it right here. Sorry, the term returns from a degree have soared in recent years. That kind of stuff makes for kind of lame, just introductory because you're doing the same thing. You're not changing things up. You're not making it creative as far as you're just introducing it, not tagging it or not embedding it. Let's see. Did you embed this one? No, you ended with the period right here. Is where you ended. Okay. So, anyways, analysis. I thought you did a real good job. I thought it was kind of a borderline 3-4-3, B and A. You kind of repeat sometimes, which drops it a little due to the increasing percentage of the money made per hour for college graduates, as well as the huge return in money it came from a degree. It demonstrates how, which is sort of just summarizing the quote versus analyzing it. So it's kind of more like, why is this quote versus important versus you just telling me this is what the quote's saying. I don't really need to know what the quote's saying, but your transitions, I like this transition in a similar vein. That's a good transition. But after that, there's not a lot of transitions. You go pretty much straight from idea to idea without any sort of coherent word. You have in summary, but that's not necessarily a transition as well as it is just sort of a signal that you're wrapping it up. Your conclusion was also, I felt like a two. It was kind of in the C category because it's not enough. There's not enough. If you look at what the rubric says, there isn't enough to go on as far as sort of a clincher and implication. You just kind of restate the thesis most of the time. In summary, going to 4 years worth of tuition, dedication because it brings in lots of money, as well as higher employer rates. If critics challenge these, it should not scare one from going to university. Benefits outweigh. It sort of just seems like you're wrapping it up. You're not really spending a lot of time. It's kind of a C minus, kind of a D. It's just not a lot of you just there isn't enough of an implication there. I'm not getting enough there out of that. Your overall vocabulary level was great. That's your works cited page. I think it was a 4 for the most part. The level of words you chose. I like that you said that there's something's anecdotal or there's an anecdotal idea somewhere. I forgot where you put that. I just read it not that long ago somewhere. That was good. So yeah, your vocabulary is strong overall. At times you do summarize, which kind of is an analysis issue, but still, you kind of summarize the quote versus explain it. Your MLA form is for the most part 4. You messed up on the date, but that's not a big deal. And that's about it. You have your last name and page number. Your let's see here. Your title was not very. It's kind of like it's okay. Your title's fine. It doesn't necessarily do a whole lot as far as trying to create an insightful idea, conveying insightful or adequately conveying a central aspect. You insufficiently kind of do because it's sort of a very simple title, just the financial value before you're okay. So it's good though. Your works cited page also is very good. The problem though is it's not alphabetical, which is why I circled it right here, like that big circle. It's not alphabetized correctly, and the spacing's kind of messed up. I don't know why this is not indented with the rest of everything. But otherwise, Talia, this is a good paper. This is most likely an A minus, somewhere in the 92 category. You did good, and keep up the good work. We're almost done.